गुरु गुरु है बाणी विच बाणी अमृत सारे गुरबाणी कहे सेवक जन मानै पर तक गुरु निस्तारे।
Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Welcome to this week's episode of Ek Onkar TV. We have an exciting show lined up for you today, which will start off with a segment on an inspiring new initiative by a group of local young Sikhs who have started the Bhagat Puran Singh Sikh Community Bursary for students with disabilities. Bhagat Puran Singh was a very inspirational individual who has been recognized for his selfless humanitarian work for the disabled and the environment. This group of local young Sikhs has taken inspiration from Bhagat Puran Singh and created a community bursary for students with disabilities at the Simon Fraser University. Also on today's show, we have a Sikh profile and a very recognizable individual who's known not only here in the local community, but across North America for his efforts in becoming the first turbaned Sikh in the Royal Canadian Mounted Police. He served now in the RCMP for over 20 years, and we caught up with him to learn more about his career and his connection to Sikhi. We also have a segment to give you more information on the upcoming spring break camp, which is going to take place at Guru Nanak Sikh Gurdwara. This year's topic is Vaisakhi, Birth of the Khalsa, and we'll give you more information on the camp, which is going to take place from March 19th to the 21st. So stay tuned, we have all this and a lot more coming up on this week's episode of Ek Onkar TV. Ramji Das decided to become baptized and adopt the Sikh way of life, and he joined the Order of the Khalsa in 1923 at the age of 19. From here onwards, Bhagat Puran Singh dedicated his entire life to seva, selfless service of humanity. He cared for the sick, handicapped, the terminally ill, abandoned babies, abandoned animals. If someone needed food, clothing and shelter, the basic necessities of life, Bhagat Puran Singh did everything he possibly could to provide it to them. If this meant going door to door to raise money to buy medicine and food, that is what he did. Bhagat Puran Singh was also a passionate environmentalist and visionary. He initiated tree planting drives, organized talks and lectures on various issues concerning the environment and social life, and he also wrote a large number of books on these issues. He also established a printing press from where he printed and distributed free pamphlets and books to educate people on the Sikh way of life, our duty to humanity, and our duty to preserve the environment.
Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. The local Sikh community is honoring Bhagat Puran Singh. What a great individual. And the Sikh community is raising $20,000 towards a bursary in his name called the Bhagat Puran Singh Sikh Community Bursary for Students with Disability. This bursary will be at Simon Fraser University, and it will go to students with disabilities requiring financial need. They may be a Sikh or a non-Sikh. Bhagat Puran Singh was a very inspiring individual. He's a great role model for all of us. He's from 1904 to 1992. Only 20 years have passed since his death. He is quite well known in India. Most individuals born in India know about him. Sikhs born and raised in Vancouver are now getting to know more about him. We hope that with this bursary that more individuals will be inspired by his work. He single-handedly walked the streets of Punjab, raising money for poor people, for disabled, for crippled, abandoned widows. He did this all for seva, for humanity. He practiced the basic principles of Sikhi to treat all individuals with respect and all individuals equally, regardless of if they have a disease or if they have a different religion. It doesn't make a difference. Sikhs love all individuals. And Bhagat Puran Singh, he didn't spend any money on himself. He raised money for everyone and gave money back to the community. He didn't even have shoes for himself. Bhagat Puran Singh also, while on the roadside, educated himself, and he raised awarenesses of environmental awareness and humanitarian awareness that there's issues with water shortages and environmental issues. You can go online, you can read his articles. Bhagat Puran Singh was actually being nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize in 1991, and even Paul Martin had great things to say about Bhagat Puran Singh. Today, his legacy continues in the Pingalawada society. Do talk to your family about Bhagat Puran Singh, who he was, what he stood for. Talk to individuals that know about him. Educate yourself, educate your children. I hope that you'll be motivated to work in your community to raise money for the homeless and the crippled, raise money for those causes that will help the greater society. You can go to our website www.6forservice.com and donate to SFU's secure website. You will receive an official tax-deductible receipt when you go online and place your donation. We have to raise $20,000 only once, and then from then on, SFU will be giving a bursary to the individuals with requiring bursary, individuals that are in financial need and have disability. So when you go to SFU, or your children go to SFU, you'll be proud to see a bursary in Bhagat Puran Singh's name. Go to www.6forservice.com. Again, that's www.6forservice.com. Please help us raise money for this greater cause. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Bhagat Puran Singh was no ordinary mortal, but undoubtedly the most loved and revered man in the world. I once described him as the bearded Mother Teresa of Punjab. Mother Teresa had the backing of the powerful Roman Catholic Church, the English press, and the innumerable foundations to give her money. Bhagat Ji had nothing except his single-minded dedication to serve the poor and the needy, and yet he was able to help thousands of lepers, mentally and physically handicapped, and the dying. His name will be written in letters of gold in the history of the world. For more information on Bhagat Puran Singh Ji, you can visit the Pingalawada website at pingalawadaonline.org. South Fraser Legal Resource Centre and the Guru Nanak Sikh Gurdwara present free legal information sessions every Thursday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Guru Nanak Sikh Gurdwara Ragi building. Services provided for the South Asian community in Punjabi and English. The South Asian legal educator provides legal education, information and advocacy on issues related to immigration, income assistance, pensions and family law issues. For more information, call 778-565-3638 or email educator@southfraserlegal.com. Free legal information sessions every Thursday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. at Guru Nanak Sikh Gurdwara.
The name you can trust, Patia Fashion.
Authorized dealer for Satipal suit and sarees.
Very reasonable rates for all your wedding needs. Visit Patia Fashion, File Business Center, Surrey, BC. Call 604-593-5553. The name you can trust, Patia Fashion.
All kind of mechanical work for your highway trucks, diesel engine, rear end, transmission rebuild, any kind of used truck parts. To get your truck diagnosed by computers, always remember Payless Truck and Trailers. We do have towing service available for your highway trucks. For friendly service, please call Gurdarshan at 604-835-9191.
Parenting support workshops are on now at Guru Nanak Sikh Gurdwara. No one comes into this world knowing how to be a good parent. The challenges and experience of our lives directly affect the environment we create for our own children, and these challenges evolve and change for each generation. Today we live in a digital age that makes it even more difficult to keep up with our children and understand them and their needs. Learn more about these challenges and what we can do as a parent to further develop positive parenting skills through the Guru Nanak Sikh Gurdwara Parenting Support Workshop every Wednesday from 6 to 8 p.m. at the Senior Center. This is a free 6-week course offered in English and Punjabi and includes open discussion on current concerns of parents and on topics such as communication, drugs, gangs, bullying, peer influences, internet, and parenting styles. For more information, call 604-594-8117 or email info@gnsg.ca.
ਸਬਜ਼ੀਆਂ ਤਾਜ਼ੇ ਫਲ ਜਾਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਵੀ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਦੀ ਗਰੋਸਰੀ ਕਰਨ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਸਬਜ਼ੀ ਮੰਡੀ ਦੀਆਂ 6 ਲੋਕੇਸ਼ਨਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਲੋਕੇਸ਼ਨ ਤੇ ਆਓ। ਪੈਸੇ ਭੇਜਣ ਜਾਂ ਮੰਗਵਾਉਣ ਲਈ ਵੈਸਟਰਨ ਯੂਨੀਅਨ ਦੀਆਂ ਸੇਵਾਵਾਂ ਉਪਲਬਧ ਹਨ। ਹੋਰ ਜਾਣਕਾਰੀ ਲਈ ਫੋਨ ਕਰੋ 604 634 2400।
ਵਧਾਈਆਂ ਜੀ, ਵਧਾਈਆਂ। ਸਾਡਾ ਫਰੂਟੀ ਕੈਨਾ ਦਾ ਵੀਜ਼ਾ ਲੱਗ ਗਿਆ। ਫਰੂਟੀ ਕੈਨਾ ਹਰ ਵੇਲੇ ਤਾਜ਼ਾ।
Guru Nanak Sikh Gurdwara is proud to introduce Sikh Youth Connect Friday Games Night, a fun-filled night of your favorite video games on giant screens. The video game night is open to teenagers and young adults and takes place every Friday night at 6 p.m. at the Senior Centre at Guru Nanak Sikh Gurdwara. Come unwind along with all of your friends and family and connect with your peers from the community. Food and prizes will be provided. Space is limited, so visit SikhYouthConnect.com to sign up today. Sikh Youth Connect Games Night every Friday at 6 p.m. It was 22 years ago this week that the then Solicitor General of Canada stood up in the Canadian Parliament and announced that the RCMP's uniform policy will be changed to accommodate the Sikh Dastar. This came after a hard-fought struggle by the young Baltej Singh Dhillon and numerous Sikh organizations who fought the battle, fought through the racism and stood strong. When Baltej Singh was accepted into the RCMP, he was given the choice of either serving his country or wearing his Dastar. He chose instead to fight for his religious rights. Since then, Baltej Singh has excelled in the RCMP and numerous other Sikhs have joined him, proudly wearing their dastars and serving their country. Here's this week's Sikh profile on Staff Sergeant Baltej Singh Dhillon of the Royal Canadian Mounted Police.
I actually initially did not want to be a police officer. I was interested in becoming a lawyer, a criminal lawyer. And it was in that pursuit of becoming a criminal lawyer that I began to work as a volunteer with the RCMP. And while I began to work as a volunteer in the RCMP, I found that there was a gap, that there was not enough Punjabi and Sikh police officers that were there to serve the community. And any time that I would attend a call with other police officers, a lot of the Punjabi and the Sikh community would naturally gravitate towards myself to start speaking in Punjabi because they saw somebody familiar. And as a result of that, and I found it very rewarding that I was able to assist, help people in their greatest time of need. And it was because of that that over time, through really investigating, examining what was happening at the time, that I made a decision that I can't be a lawyer, I need to do this. This is where I'm finding a lot of success and finding a lot of satisfaction, and it was true service. So to be able to do that and also have a job, it was a great opportunity. I was born and raised in Malaysia, and went to school in Malaysia, came to Canada, did my grade 12 here, and then I went to college, completed my college, and then went to university. I have a third-year university, never got to finish it, and ended up getting a call from the RCMP, and away we went. So that's the education background, and since then, been doing a lot of on-the-job education, and I think looking back, it was the right decision at the time, given all the things that were going on, to enter the RCMP, even though I was not able to complete my fourth year in university. Well, as we all know, back in 1989, 1990, as I put my name forward to become an RCMP officer, never intending to become the first turbaned RCMP officer, because that was never my goal, never my objective, never my desire. My desire was to serve as a police officer, not even as an RCMP officer, because I had applied to a lot of other police services. And I come from Malaysia, I come from South Asia, where it's commonplace to see Sardars serving in uniform in the Army, the Navy, and the Air Forces, and the police. So I just thought, well, we just haven't had anybody here. It would not be an issue. Well, I put my application in, and soon after I put my application in, there was this huge national debate around whether the RCMP should allow Sikhs who are practicing to participate within the ranks of the Royal Canadian Mounted Police as fully sworn officers wearing their turbans. And that went on for about a year and a half. And there was a lot of sentiments, a lot of people Canadians having a lot of difficulty with allowing that. There was concerns about Canada not losing its identity, Canada not being recognized anymore because you have RCMP officers with turbans, and how will the world know who we are? So many fears and concerns, and I think it was also a time that Canada matured, because that was also a time that we found a platform, found an opportunity to educate our fellow Canadian brothers and sisters. This is who we are. We have served in 2 world wars. We have served in police and armed forces around the world. We continue to serve today in United Nations peacekeeping missions around the world. I don't face any discriminatory behavior within the RCMP, and I think as Canada, as a community, I've had the opportunity to travel across the world, and I think we are way ahead and far ahead of many, many communities in the world with respect to not accommodating, not tolerating, but accepting. And there's a difference. I tolerate, a bug on my leg. I tolerate a pimple. I tolerate a disease. We don't need to tolerate each other. We need to accept each other. And I think Canada is leading the way, where people have begun to accept each other for who they are, not what they wear on their head, or what color of skin is, or what their clothing is. And so, and the RCMP is the same. I am currently, in where I've come in my career in the RCMP, I think speaks to that I've been judged on my abilities, skills, and experience, and not on what I have on my head. Future goals in the RCMP, very simple. I have never chased after a rank. That's not how I was brought up, and that's not how I see my colleagues work. I've always dedicated myself with Guru's assistance and the Guru's support to doing the best job with the responsibility that I'm given. And true to that, the ranks have come, the promotions have come out of that. So we'll see. I am not absolutely planning anything. I'm doing my best. I'm serving the best way I can. And what comes out of that, it is all Guru's bakshish. If I stay as I am today, I will be the happiest man ever. No issues at all. If I am supposed to do more, then I will have no doubt in my mind that Guru will pluck me from where I'm at and put me where I'm needed. So it's in his hands. It's in my ardas. Use me the best way you can, and the rest is left up to him. I really don't have a lot of worry about that. My personal connection to Sikhi is that is who I am. I breathe in, breathe out Sikhi from moment to moment. There is nothing more, nothing less. It has started from the time that I was in my mother's womb, who started to do 40 Japji Sahibs a day during her pregnancy. And it is that blessing that I've carried and had since the time that I was given birth and to this day. And throughout it, I've had the great benefit and advantage of having the opportunity to sit in Guru Nanak Dev Ji's lap throughout my life. That is my connection to Sikhi. My message to my community is that we have some challenges in our community. Our greatest asset today are our youth, and we are seeing that our youth are falling prey and falling into traps in this life of drugs, gangs, and criminality. We as a community can do a lot, and we have done a lot, and we need to do more. And from that perspective, each parent has a responsibility to their child. If you see a child going off track and going down a path that's going to lead them to trouble, it's time to reach out for help if you cannot manage yourself, and find that help so that we can save a child. It's much easier to talk to a child when they're 10 years old, 9 years old, 8 years old, and help them understand on what's right and what's wrong and put in good values, than trying to help them to find out what good values are when they're 18, 19, 20, and they're part of a gang or they're involved in drugs. They will no longer have the ears to be able to hear you at that time. So let's wake up to this and pay attention to our children who are our future.
South Fraser Legal Resource Centre and the Guru Nanak Sikh Gurdwara present free legal information sessions every Thursday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Guru Nanak Sikh Gurdwara Ragi building. Services provided for the South Asian community in Punjabi and English. The South Asian legal educator provides legal education, information and advocacy on issues related to immigration, income assistance, pensions and family law issues. For more information, call 778-565-3638 or email educator@southfraserlegal.com. Free legal information sessions every Thursday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. at Guru Nanak Sikh Gurdwara.
The name you can trust, Patia Fashions.
Authorized dealer for Satipur suit and sarees.
Very reasonable rates for all your wedding needs. Visit Patia Fashion, Hall Business Center, Surrey, BC. Call 604-593-5553. The name you can trust, Patia Fashions.
ਛੇਤੀ ਕਰ ਨਹੀਂ ਤਾਂ ਮੋਟੇ ਖਰਬੂਜੇ ਨੇ ਸਾਰਾ ਥਾਂ ਲੈ ਲੈਣਾ ਆ ਤੇਰੀਆਂ ਜੜਾਂ ਪੱਟ ਹੋ ਜਾਣੀਆਂ ਦਾਦੇ ਮੋਹਣਿਆ
तेरे हाथ सॉरी यार तेरी क्वालिटी फ्रूटी कहने वाली नहीं मार तुसी शाबाश ਵਧਾਈਆਂ ਜੀ ਵਧਾਈਆਂ ਸਾਡਾ ਫਰੂਟੀ ਕਹਿਣਾ ਦਾ ਵੀਜ਼ਾ ਲੱਗ ਗਿਆ ਫਰੂਟੀ ਕਹਿਣਾ ਹਰ ਵੇਲੇ ਤਾਜ਼ਾ
All kind of mechanical work for your highway trucks, diesel engine, rear end, transmission rebuild, any kind of used truck parts. To get your truck diagnosed by computers, always remember ALS Truck and Trailers. We do have towing service available for your highway trucks. For friendly service, please call Gurdarshan at 604-835-9191.
Parenting support workshops are on now at Guru Nanak Sikh Gurdwara. No one comes into this world knowing how to be a good parent. The challenges and experience of our lives directly affect the environment we create for our own children, and these challenges evolve and change for each generation. Today we live in a digital age that makes it even more difficult to keep up with our children and understand them and their needs. Learn more about these challenges and what we can do as a parent to further develop positive parenting skills through the Guru Nanak Sikh Gurdwara Parenting Support Workshop every Wednesday from 6 to 8 p.m. at the Senior Centre. This is a free 6-week course offered in English and Punjabi and includes open discussion on current concerns of parents and on topics such as communication, drugs, gangs, bullying, peer influences, internet, and parenting styles. For more information, call 604-594-8117 or email info@gnsg.ca.
ਸਬਜ਼ੀਆਂ ਤਾਜ਼ੇ ਫਲ ਜਾਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਵੀ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਦੀ ਗਰੋਸਰੀ ਕਰਨ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਸਬਜ਼ੀ ਮੰਡੀ ਦੀਆਂ 6 ਲੋਕੇਸ਼ਨਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਲੋਕੇਸ਼ਨ ਤੇ ਆਓ। ਪੈਸੇ ਭੇਜਣ ਜਾਂ ਮੰਗਵਾਉਣ ਲਈ ਵੈਸਟਰਨ ਯੂਨੀਅਨ ਦੀਆਂ ਸੇਵਾਵਾਂ ਉਪਲਬਧ ਹਨ। ਹੋਰ ਜਾਣਕਾਰੀ ਲਈ ਫੋਨ ਕਰੋ 604 634 2400।
Guru Nanak Sikh Gurdwara is proud to introduce Sikh Youth Connect Friday Games Night, a fun-filled night of your favorite video games on giant screens. The video game night is open to teenagers and young adults and takes place every Friday night at 6 p.m. at the Senior Centre at Guru Nanak Sikh Gurdwara. Come unwind along with all of your friends and family and connect with your peers from the community. Food and prizes will be provided. Space is limited, so visit SikhYouthConnect.com to sign up today. Sikh Youth Connect Games Night every Friday at 6 p.m. The Spring Break Camp takes place next week at Guru Nanak Sikh Gurdwara, where hundreds of local children will participate to learn more about Sikhi and have fun over their spring break. The camp includes lots of great activities like arts, crafts, seminars, and sports activities. Over the last 3 years, the Spring Break Camp has become one of the most popular events for local youth, and this year's topic is Vaisakhi, birth of the Khalsa. And we'll give children lots of great information about the Khalsa just as the Vaisakhi celebrations approach next month. Here's Mantir Singh with more information about the upcoming Spring Break Camp at Guru Nanak Sikh Gurdwara.
Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Sangat Ji, kids are often found preoccupied in the education that they are receiving and the games that they are playing. At school, their first priority is to listen to the teacher and try to understand the various knowledge being given to them. But at home, they want to keep aside their school life and enjoy their time off, relax in the comfort of their home. But we also see that to promote education, to promote learning, they're also given homework. This practice will help them get familiar with the new knowledge they have acquired, therefore succeed in their worldly life. Similarly, we are here to make the spiritual aspects of our life worthwhile. In the Sikh way of life, Guru Sahib has provided us with extensive knowledge and guidelines to make this life a spiritual success. As teachers expect their students to obey and follow the guidelines that have been set out for them, the Guru expects his Sikhs to follow his hukum. In order to become a practiced professional, one must first learn and then repeatedly practice the knowledge over and over again so that it becomes a part of their life. To become a practicing Sikh, we must first learn from the Gurdwara and then practice the knowledge in the everyday aspects of our life. In this modern era, children are very aware of the sources of information around them and are readily taking in the information knowingly or unknowingly. As guardians and parents of these children, we are responsible to create a safe and secure environment for them to learn in. At the Gurdwara, we can easily provide the disciplined and secure environment of a school alongside the comfort and relaxation found beside your parent at home. The warmth of Guruji's blessings combined with the education of Gurmat can really shine a child's development. Simran, Seva and Ardas are amongst other fundamental basics that the kids are being explained about so that they may learn and not forget about them. Sessions, seminars and workshops with motivational speakers provide the educational setting of a school. But to achieve a comfortable home-like environment, these camps are filled with playful fun activities that entertain the participants but also strengthen Sikh principles that have been taught to them. To keep them physically healthy, children are served tasty nutritional foods and taken out to activities such as rock climbing, bowling and skating. Informational camps at the Gurdwara Sahib have been scheduled throughout the years in the past which pertain to important themes in Sikh philosophy and history. Coming this spring break, a camp with the theme of Vaisakhi is being held from March 19 to 21, where children ages 6 to 13 will learn about the reasons and causes behind the revelation of Khalsa in 1699. Starting at 10 a.m. with prayers, the kids will be involved in education and recreation until 3 p.m. For a small fee of $30, children will be learning information that will be priceless in shaping their identity and awareness of Sikhism. We hope that parents will allow their children to take benefit from this wonderful opportunity, as we promise to bring forth such opportunities in the future. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
And that's it for this week's episode of Ek Onkar TV. I'd like to remind everyone again about the great new initiative of the Bhagat Puran Singh Sikh Community Bursary for students with disabilities. These projects are carrying out the true mission of Sri Guru Nanak Dev Ji and bring us closer to the Guru's message of oneness, equality and seva of humanity. So please check out their website, sikhsforservice.com, where you can make a donation and receive a tax-deductible receipt from the Simon Fraser University. Bhagat Puran Singh spent his entire life as a humanitarian, looking after the disabled and caring for the environment. And as always, we encourage the next generation of Sikhs to seek inspiration from such individuals to continue Guru Nanak's mission as we seek liberation from this material world. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again next week right here on Ek Onkar TV. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Vaheguru